What are the top 5 Corvettes of all time? Apparently Chevy is up to generation 8, and 3 of them ain't gonna make the cut for me. Let's talk about it. God is everything. Without God, I'm nothing. We're gonna do 5 Corvettes. We're gonna do my top 5, and I'm pretty sure this probably gonna hit the same for a lot of the, you know, unless you're like way older. But I can promise you, probably the guys probably like 40, not 41, but right at 40 all the way up until, let's say, let me see, 40 up until like a 20, maybe like a 25-year-old, somewhere along in there is what it's gonna cut off. So this is in that age range. So let's go. The C4 Corvette. Now, I know the C4 Corvette had some issues, and I mean, it had all kind of things. I heard it had a lot of electrical issues, and I heard that I think it was some of them came with a particular intake on them that wasn't, you know, quite desirable. But overall, the C4 was a great Corvette, and actually is actually one of the cars on my list that I would like to own. Actually, all 5 of these all 5 of these Corvettes that I'm gonna name out for you, I actually would like to own one. And I know what you're thinking, like, Keno, why would you choose the C4? The C4 has such an awesome look, and if you played the game, was it Gran Turismo? They had a blue and white Corvette on there. I can't remember what the name of the Corvette was, but there was always this blue and white C4 Corvette on there. And I had to have it in every game. Didn't matter which game I played, I had to have that Corvette. And man, the thing was nice. It was nice. And of course, if I ended up with a C4, I would love to keep it as close to original as possible, but I mean, there is the slight chance of it getting a complete LS swap or something like that to cut out all those electrical issues. But I think the electrical issues were also on the inside, and you know, this, that, and the third. I don't know. You know, if I get a collector's one, it'll stay. But if I just get a C4, it may get, you know, a different platform put into it. So that's my thoughts on the C4. But let's move on. Coming in at number 4. Sorry, coming in at number 4, we have the C5 Corvette. I think it goes without saying the C5 Corvette was a beautiful car. The C4, like I said before, the C4 may be an opinionated car, but I think the C5 was like such a beautiful car. You were just like, man, this is a nice, beautiful car. Had the nice rounded edges versus the C4 having a square, which, like I said, I like the C4 too, but the C5 with the rounded edges just makes it look a lot smoother. And the C5 had the LS1 in it, had the 5.7 LS engine. And that thing, it was a beast. Just like when they came out with the Camaro with the LS1, you know, between that LS1 and the Mustangs, man, they was just bumping heads. They was just bumping heads in the early 2000s, 97, 98, 99. They was bumping heads. But the beautiful thing about this C5 was this thing was very light. It was light. I think I saw that it was like 3,100 pounds or something like that, which was very light car, very light car. And it just looks awesome. Like I said, it has the LS platform, just awesome car. Another thing about the C5 and the C4, you could probably find one of these in somebody's backyard just sitting, and you could probably find one for next to nothing. My number 3 going forward, you probably gonna pay for those. So let's move on to number 3. My number 3 is probably gonna catch some of y'all by surprise, but I believe everybody is entitled to their own opinions. And I feel like everybody should use their free speech, so to say. So I'm gonna say this, and I know some of y'all gonna be like, what? No, you can't do that. Yes, I can. The C8 Corvette is my number 3. Don't get me wrong, the C8 is a beautiful car, and if I had the money, I would have bought one years ago. If I just had the cash, because I don't know if y'all figured this out by now, I do not like car notes. I do not like car notes. So I'm hoping, you know, I know this off subject, but I'm hoping one day this channel put me in a position to where I don't have to worry about car notes. But until then, y'all gonna be getting old stuff that I can save up $1,000, $2,000 to do stuff, whatever. The C8 is a beautiful machine. It is a very awesome performing machine. Has an engine in the rear. And I've heard the ZR1s, man, they sound like a supercar. Sounds awesome. But it's just my top 2 Corvettes were just, I guess you could say, was just my era of getting to know Corvettes and seeing Corvettes, and really at the age where I could grasp what I was looking at. And these two are just like, man, it's crazy. But another big thing is, I don't know if they make a manual C8, and I think that's one of my biggest issues. Now, I do know the automatics are way faster, and I do understand we're moving, we're progressing, and I'm not against movement, but at the same time, and they could have made 500 stick shifts or something. I don't know, just made a very small number of them, especially in the ZR1. That ZR1 that makes that 1,000 something horses, dude, you could have gave us a stick shift in that one. Or it could have been an option, you know, it should have been like, hey, we're gonna custom make it. Do you want a stick shift? It should have been an option. That's just my 2 cents. But also, you know, the American muscle car, we had the engine in the front, and you know, it was just that was what we were and are used to. And putting the engine in the rear is an upgrade. Don't get me wrong, it balances everything. It cuts back power loss, everything. It's, I mean, nothing but benefits to putting the engine in the rear. But to me, it feels like a supercar versus, you know, an American muscle car. So that's why I put it at number 3. Number 2, coming in, the C7 Corvette. Man, listen to me when I tell you, the C7 Corvette is a beautiful, 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 beautiful Corvette. And the C7 is, dude, it is, man, especially once you get into those packages, man, those ZR1 packages, Z06 packages where they give them all the body kits, and oh my God, man, that C7, man, that is a beautiful car, man. I'm even a fan of the C7, and this is rare that I see a car in their basic package that looks good. I'm even a fan of a C7 in a basic package. Like, even with the wheels on, you might say, I'm not the biggest fan of those wheels, but the C7 still 9 times out of 10 it's gonna look good. I have seen a few where I was like, and maybe not that one, you know, maybe just change the wheels on that one or whatever. But the C7, man, you know, that big LS in it, the sound of it when they cam it, man. The C7 was such a beautiful car that it made the C6 guys begin to try to replicate the look. A lot of things that the C6 guys started to do. I remember I seen a couple of guys do like the headlights, like the C7s, and it was just a lot of stuff they was mocking, which showed you that GM did that thing on that C7, man. That was just such a beautiful car, especially when it was fully dressed, man. Oh my God, man, that's probably nothing better looking than a C7 fully dressed. That's probably one of the few cars that I like in white. I don't really like, you know, white. White just feels so bland and so plain to me, but I would hands down take a ZR1, Z06, or whatever, even a replica in white. Them cars just look so good, but my favorite is that blue. My favorite is that blue. A blue C7 for me would be it. And I know what y'all might be trying to figure out. Kino, well, what is your number 1? My number 1 is none other than the C6 Corvette. The C6 Corvette is a Corvette that if I had the money to get any other Corvette, C6 would be my first one. And the C6 is one that I would want like 2 or 3 of those, 2 or 3 at the most. One of them in particular being, I guess you can say the C6 would like, I don't know if you want to call it a Targa top, but the middle section of the top comes out, and that is, oh my God, bro. The C6s were some of the first cars that you've seen that was cammed out, that you would hear that. The C6 was that car. It's kind of like disappointing when you see a C6 and it's not cam, somebody crank it up and it just cranks up. You're like, oh man, come on, granny. Come on, grandma. I can see a 60-year-old lady, 70-year-old lady in one, and if it ain't cammed, I'm mad at her. I'm mad with her. So, and the C6 was just, I mean, way ahead of its time, which is why it made it into number 1. That car coming from the C4 and the C5, Chevy, GM, whatever, they said, "Don't, the C5 looks good, but how could we make this look better?" They took the C5 body, changed the light, and put a one solid light in it and said, that's it. They didn't stop there though. They didn't stop there. They said, we're gonna put a package on this thing. We're gonna do a Z06 and a ZR1. We're gonna make this thing so beautiful. It's gonna make dudes get rid of their wife for it. And I feel like they succeeded. That C6, man, that is a, don't even get me started on the 01s. Like, I only accept supercars in yellow. Like, I would take a yellow Ferrari, but a 01, I'll take a yellow. I would take a yellow. I would take a yellow 01. And I would take no other Corvette in yellow. So that's why I say, like, that C6 did something. It definitely did something. My question for y'all is, did I get this wrong? Like, what is your top 5? And what order would you put your favorite Corvettes in the order? Doesn't matter if you're a Ford guy, man. Doesn't matter if you're a Toyota, Honda, you know, whatever. If you don't like Corvettes, whole nother story. But if you do see Corvettes and you say, hey, they are some nice cars, then, like I said, leave me your top 5. And if you feel like it, let me know why. Hit the like button, hit that hype feature. I think it's over here somewhere. It should be a feature that says hype. Costs you nothing. All it does is push this video up to YouTube and say, hey, this is a cool channel. Like button, leave me a comment down below. PullsTv, gone.